At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
ABC Wednesday, Shifting Gears is back.
He has arisen.
Tim Allen and Kat Dennings return in television's #1 new comedy.
What?
With a star-studded premiere including Jenna Elfman, Nancy Travis, and...
Hey, buddy.
a big home improvement reunion.
Welcome.
Oh, boy.
That guy's a tool.
Shifting Gears, season premiere Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC, and stream on Hulu.
New York! And anyone who wants to travel to New York, Go Touch Grass is coming to you live at the Cheerful Earful Podcast Festival.
Come check us out Wednesday, October 8th at 7 p.m. at Caveat in the East Village.
Tickets are $16, and you can get them right now at gotouchgrasspodcast.com.
See you there.
You got mail.
Hi, I'm Elise Morales.
And I'm Millie Tamarez.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Millie and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can go do literally anything else.
Yes, and if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, we got to Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past.
And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review. We love your reviews. We need more of them. But the best review you can give us is to tell your friends about the show. Tag us in a little story. We will repost it. You know that we're online.
And speaking of being online, Go Touch Grass is on YouTube. We have our full video episodes every Saturday with extra funny moments that didn't make it to the audio. Plus, now you can get updates on everything Grass Nation and Go Touch Grass related at our new website, gotouchgrasspodcast.com.
Wow. And speaking of us being online,
yes,
today's a really special day on the podcast because we have our first ever virtual guest joining us in the virtual studio. We are truly, truly online today. That's how good this guest is. We said we're zooming him in.
We're zooming him in.
He is a and guess what? That was him. He's a reporter and the co-host of Planet Money on NPR. We're so excited to have him with us today. It's Jeff. Whoa!
Whoa. Guys, where am I? Where are we right now?
You're in the net.
You're in.
We're in the now.
Yeah, we're in the now. Jeff, why don't you tell us? We both love your show, Planet Money. Why don't you tell us how you ended up on NPR and hosting Planet Money and how that happened?
Oh my God. Okay, it's a long.
We got time.
That's a long story.
You forgot.
I was a reporter for many years. In 2016, something happened that made me think maybe I should do the thing that a lot of reporters do, which is rage quit and go to law school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did.
Is the thing that I'm thinking of? Can we all guess?
I don't know. There was something that happened in 2016 that was just changed.
Like that date.
Some kind of change.
Some kind of major change.
It's the day
I
got my period, guys, in 2016.
Yeah.
I became a woman. I lost my virginity in 2016.
At 26 years old.
Yeah. I got my period. And it shook Jeff to his core. He's like, I gotta go to law school.
I'm going to law school.
I gotta go to law school.
Millie Tamarez is ovulating. I gotta go to law school.
We gotta figure this out.
We have to work it out. Okay, so you
ask
went
the
to
Constitution. What's going on with Millie?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay, so this event takes place in 2016. You think you're going to
Yes.
go to law school. Do you?
I end up going to law school, spend a couple years there, graduate.
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 So this is Jeff Esquire on the
guys.
pod.
guys, I'm supposed to tell you, nothing that I say today can be construed as legal advice.
Okay.
I'm supposed to say that.
Okay,
I have to say that.
okay.
That's important.
Everything I say is legal.
You better take it.
No, everything I say is legal advice now. Okay, so you graduated. Were there hotties in I'm kidding. So law school, were there baddies? Okay, you're giving a nod. We'll go to their reunion later. Okay, and how'd you end up at NPR?
So I was at NPR. I started out as a legal fellow. So I was helping reporters do FOIA requests, which are, when you go to the government and you're like, give me all these documents. And the government's like,
we don't want to.
Crickets. if they respond, that's great. Usually it's crickets.
Yeah.
And you're like, hello. So I was helping reporters with that stuff for a while, and some like First Amendment-y, I don't know, speech, yada yada, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, it's so boring, guys. A job opened up. It's funny because a job opened up. I applied for the job. They were like, okay, I guess you can have this job, maybe if you want. They sent me a contract. I signed the contract. You want to know what's in the contract? I can't tell you.
Oh,
I signed it. It says I can't tell you.
Wow, so you signed an NDA. So you're saying it's boring. I have to tell you that where the job market is today and what's going on and how work is moving, AI, whatever, and how they're laying everybody off, hearing you talk about how you did a career pivot, you worked somewhere, you worked your way up, you got a better position. That's like when people tell me that they met, like I'm on the dating apps and I'm fighting for my fucking life. and then they're like, oh, I just went to a bar one day and this really attractive, very normal person, and we went on 2 dates and now we're married and it's so great. It's so boring. And it's like, so that's how your thing sounds. Like it may be boring to you, but
fascinating.
It's fascinating to where we are right now. We have to send 500 job applications to get rejected by 2 bots. Incredible.
Is it incredible?
Guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, guys. It's like, I can't quite believe that I'm employed. Like that's my whole perspective on all of this, especially in journalism, in public media, like in 2025. Are you kidding me?
I mean, don't jinx it too hard.
That's already jinxed. It's already jinxed, man. It's already jinxed.
Knock on wood.
That's too late for that. Too late for knocking on wood, Millie.
No.
Have you seen? Have you
knocked on?
All the wood's been knocked on. Damn. Before we did our tiny desk, at least.
Yeah. Okay, wait, but how did you end up in an on mic capacity? Were they like, well, you just have a sparkling personality and we want to hear your voice? Like, how did the leap get made?
I think that they thought I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a lot of people who were wondering whether or not this was going to happen. I was wondering whether or not it was going to happen. But also NPR and Millie, you know this, like NPR, they also have a pattern of taking people who used to work in print and bringing them over to radio and all of that. And so it's possible, but it was like, I don't know, maybe it's going to work.
You're saying this because I was a writer in residence at Wait, Don't Tell Me for like barely a month, but I did it. And yes, Jeff, as an NPR alumni, I do know what it's like at NPR. Have they ghosted me since? Absolutely. But I do know. And guess what? And that I didn't sign an NDA that I know of. Sorry, we're crazy. I
mean, that's why I'm here. The news is, wait, is this public yet? Am I going to say something? I'm going to say something, and if it's not public yet,
this is coming out in September, so it'll be public by the time.
All right. Because did you guys hear that Ari Shapiro's moving on?
Oh my God!
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just got the email.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
So this will be out before.
This will be out.
So me and Elise going to take over Ari Shapiro. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of us. Let's do it. Let Tina take over. We're taking all the jobs.
Yeah.
I can be the sidekick. I'll fall into that role.
Yeah,
You can be the twins, right? You know the
twin.
the twins that have the same job, but they only pay them one salary. They have to pay two tuitions, but one
yeah.
salary.
Oh,
Well,
That's criminal.
you know who
I
I was
mean,
thinking of is those
what?
Australian twins who they pretend that they speak in unison, but they don't fully.
The Winklevoss? Oh, no.
No, not Winklevoss is different. These are two Australian women who
Winklevoss.
will
My mom, and then my mom, and then the man.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like these two Australian women who will they went viral because they were at the scene of something and they insisted on doing the interview together and they kind of almost talk in
unison together, and it's really weird, and they kept finishing
each other's
sentences
moms
like this.
You see, Jeff and Elise, like, you're saying it's creepy. You're talking to someone who went to UCB. That's just a warm-up game at Upright Citizens Brigade. That doesn't faze me. I've seen it all.
I will insert the audio here for our audience to make their own judgment.
Well, we were in cleaning our birds and we heard this big bang. We said, oh no, another car accident. So we dropped everything and we went running out the front. We seen Mum running out from the house up there, and then other cars were pulling up and checking to see if the person was okay. And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, run, he's got a gun.
Okay, before we move on to today's discourse, I did have one more question for you, Jeff, which is, here on the Go Touch Grass podcast, we break down internet drama for people with no knowledge to come in and understand. On Planet Money, you have, I guess I would say, a slightly more difficult task, which is breaking down economic data, financial analysis.
What's going on? What are tariffs?
Yeah,
why?
exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of these maybe slightly more complicated topics than what elf is going viral at Disneyland and why. There was a lot to that, actually. Tally the elf
one
had
affects
deep
us
lore.
every day and one doesn't. And for me, I want to know which elf is getting viral things.
Yeah, and how we can protect him.
How we can protect the viral elf from Disneyland. I think that's really important what we do.
I agree. We're on the same level. But when you are writing an episode, how do you balance creating a 30-minute episode that gives people the information that they need to understand it without getting so bogged down in the weeds of every little thing?
Okay, I'm going to give you the NPR answer, and then I'm going to give you the real answer.
Okay.
So the NPR answer is like, when you really understand something and you really spend the time talking to all the experts and the yada yada, and then, only then are you able to simplify it so simply that it's understandable, it's wonderful. And then the real answer is like, you just sit there with your pages and pages of your script, and you're like dying. You've had no water, you've had no sleep, and you're like, how can I just help me? Please, Jesus, help me yapify this. How can I yapify this?
So you do a prayer to God for every script is basically, you have a conversation with God for every script.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes. And you know
Okay.
what? He's helping. For someone
He's
who
helping.
for and whatever God we're talking about here, for someone who existed in ancient times, they are helping with some complicated explanations at times. All right. So it's a mixture of expertise and prayer. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Faith.
Love it.
Faith.
That's what's going to get us through all of these economic whatevers.
So I guess we're going to say that Planet Money is a faith-based podcast.
Yeah, I could see why NPR doesn't want you to say that.
Is that going to help us get our funding back?
You know
I
what?
mean, honestly,
Maybe.
if you're going to, you should have said NPR is a Christian radio.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? With everything going on, it might be good for you to say prayer to a Christian God is what
Yes. And honestly, that's not that far from aren't there like abundance churches and all this stuff of like you have to make a lot of money because Jesus only likes rich people?
Mhm.
I think that there is a clear line that's going to get you guys back your funding.
Yeah.
And
I
that
think
is
so.
that you guys do a hard pivot to the right and then tie everything back to Jesus. Jesus came back to America and asked for tariffs. Boom. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, we're doing it for
We're
you.
doing-
Listen, this is why we're going to do the campaign for us to be Ari Shapiro. The new Ari Shapiro.
Ari Shapiro, a faith-based podcast.
Guys, I'm so getting canceled for this.
What are you getting canceled?
Getting canceled.
What?
Guys, can I just say, like, do you remember when Congress was like taking away all our money and all of that?
I recall.
And they were like, oh, NPR is so biased. They like run stories about things. And so we have a whole team that's standards and practices
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is in charge of making sure that we are, centered and fair and objective and balanced and all of those things. And they would, I think I'm allowed to say this, they would not let us say things like, please don't defund NPR. Like we were not
Wow.
allowed to say, we were not allowed to like advocate for ourselves while this stuff was going through. Because they were like, well, you're reporters. And so if you're going to report on this
Oh,
stuff, you
Jesus
can't have
Christ.
like an opinion on it, which like on one hand, it's like, does anyone in America think that a reporter who works at NPR is going to be like, oh, no, please defund us.
Or do
please,
whatever. No thoughts about that.
Please take away. No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I think that goes, so some people made fun of this rule, right? But I think it goes to show you how hard everyone at NPR was trying to be fair, to be objective, even as they were, trying to pull the plug.
Totally.
Yeah, but
Totally.
you know what? We're not objective of that stuff. All that shit.
You don't
And
have to
don't-
do any of that here on
You
Go
don't have
Touch
to do
Grass.
any of that here. I'll let you know. You know what, U.S. government, you could defund us 'cause we don't get shit from you
Mhm.
anyway.
Yeah.
I lose my
And if
Medicaid.
you want to fund us, send
and
us
you want
money.
to fund us. This is every episode I'm asking for dark Democrat money, but there's not a sad. I'm just like, we'll be your little propaganda machines, Democrats, but
Okay.
sad.
Sad. Speaking of sad,
Speaking of sad,
speaking of kind of strange vibes, it's time for us to get into today's discourse. The discourse is our segment where we talk about something going viral online. This is part of a series of banked episodes that we're doing. So today's topic, we're very excited because this was on a list that we actually got from you, Jeff.
Yes.
So we know that you know this topic. We're interested to talk to you about it. We are talking about the downfall, the rise and the downfall of a creator known as Hub's Life. That's
Dun, dun, dun.
Hubs.life. So, okay, Jeff, I know you're familiar. Millie, what level of familiarity do you have with the account at Hubs.life?
I feel like the first video, was he the one that wore the khakis and did like day in the life of a 9-to-5?
Yes,
And it
indeed.
went viral on Twitter and like half of Twitter is like, it's so sad to work a 9-to-5. And the other half was like, no, it's cool. Like, it's better for your mental health. Like,
Yeah.
I won't say like he's not like, who are we talking about?
He's not a full
Or-
discourse inducer,
Yeah, he's not a full discourse inducer.
but
where
a little
every time he
discourse was
posts,
induced.
but a discourse was induced once. So it's like, there are people who every time they do something, like Matt Rife, like Sydney Sweeney, every time they do something, da, 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 da. I have to say a side note, because I'm going to try to take NPR's journalistic standards and practices and do it objectively. I did go to Dunkin' Donuts today, and it was a Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin, and they did have Sydney Sweeney's signature drink,
Right.
and it came in a plastic cup where the gummy bears on it change color as the drink gets drinked, and I thought that was cool.
Sydney's
I will give her
signature
credence.
smoothie and Sydney's signature scoop, I think.
If you get the signature drink or smoothie, it comes in a signature cup,
Changes colors?
and the cup has gummy bears on it that change colors.
The gummy bears are changing colors?
Wow.
Gummy bears,
That you're
it's
putting
like,
inside of your body?
no, the gummy bears on the outside of the cup.
Okay.
There's a decorative cup, and as you're drinking it, when cold, it's kind of like the Coors Light cans.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Or like
so they
those
changed.
mermaid Barbies where like you put them in the tub and she gets her tail changes colors.
Yeah, so I think the gummy bears changed from like blue to red or pink to something. Like it is cool.
She should be leaning into that, I think.
I think that
Chemistry?
was really cool.
Yeah, I think she should have become a chemistry influencer.
They could have if she was a chemistry, that maybe
Yeah.
it would have helped anyone but you. Sorry, Hub's life.
Okay, back to Hub's life. Jeff, how did Hub's life come into your life?
So I started getting the TikToks. I feel like everyone's getting the TikToks.
Yes.
Do you,
I
you
all
guys-
the TikToks in general.
and this is weird to me because what he's doing has literally nothing to do with me, but I feel like there are some TikToks that somehow everyone has seen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm.
Monoculture.
Yeah.
Some TikToks are
Right?
monoculture. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was one of them.
Yeah, I think when you reach a level of engagement and TikTok knows, oh, this is going viral on Twitter too, and people are maybe like coming to TikTok from Twitter to see more of the videos, like it knows and starts serving these things up. So for the listener, who is Hub's Life? At Hubs.life is a lifestyle influencer and Dallas-based content creator, maybe derogatory.
Ouch. Dallas-based content creator. I'm sorry, no offense, Jeff, is as cursed as DC content DC influencer.
DC fashion influencer, which was
DC fashion influencer, Dallas content creator, cursed.
Okay, but Hub's Life, as you guys alluded to, rose to popularity with these daily routine videos that basically depict him going through an extremely normal, non-glamorized 9-to-5 lifestyle. He is, according to himself, a senior business analyst at a Fortune 500 company, and he really just depicts regular life. He has a catchphrase, I guess. He uses this hashtag at the end of all of his videos, normalize the norm. And another quote he'll use is, use your 9-to-5 to build the life you want. So we're going to watch a Hub's Life video. For the listener, we'll watch the whole video, all three of us, but the listener, you'll just hear a little bit of it to get the vibe of the music, because all of his videos are like, it's just set to music with text and then videos of him doing various things. There's no like actual voiceover or anything. So this video is called My First Day at My New 9-to-5.
All right.
So,
Okay.
why don't you guys describe a little bit, like, visually what went on in that video?
Okay, so each of his videos is supposed to be like this very aestheticized version of spend a day with me. And he starts in the morning with his morning routine. And there's some, we'll get to this, but there's like some question about the timing of it all and when is he actually filming this stuff. But it's like 7 a.m. I wake up and I brush my teeth and it's all done. He's acting, because I swear to God, this is not how anybody actually brushes their teeth, but just like very slow and kind of almost Wes Anderson with it. It's stylized,
the slow
you know,
pulling out and putting back in of
his
the
signature
laptop.
move. His signature
That's
move.
His signature move is like every video.
The laptop.
It's kind of
very
like
slowly.
sexual in a way. It makes me uncomfortable. I want to like report it. I'm like uncomfortable with how he's like inserting an egg. Like, oh,
He's moving very slowly and deliberately. It all has this like kind of eerie, almost soft music. And
It's too calm.
in this video, he says at one point, if you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Hub, and I just left my 9-to-5 for a new kind of 9-to-5. My goal with this page is to remind you that you are not alone. It's okay to work a normal job. It's okay to not be traveling the world or living on a yacht. It's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet. Most of us haven't figured it out yet either. Appreciate what you have and how far you've come. Don't let social media think you're not doing okay. You are doing just fine.
You know what? When I first saw one of his videos, what I thought, like, immediately was like, is this like a mother effing ad for Severance?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
interesting.
Yes.
It's okay to be a normal person, living a normal life, driving your normal car to the evil Severance Center where your innie will make coffee in a sad, sort of sweet,
and it's
sort of
always kind
calm
of
way.
gray. I will say that one detail from the video that is like blink and you miss it, but the door behind him at one point says Coke Industries. So that's the job that he's working.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, like cocaine?
No, like the Koch brothers, like their company.
Oh, ew, that he works for?
I guess that's what the door behind him. I had to look it up
that's
because
dark.
it said Coke, and I was like, okay, maybe it's different. And then I looked up the like logo, and I was like, there's a Coke Industries logo on the door behind him. So
Okay. Sorry that I immediately went to cocaine, but
yeah,
also
he works for he sells Coke.
cocaine. I'm like, oh, then he's cool. I'm back on board. No, what I was gonna say is that this is in juxtaposition to like every day in the life, is someone doing an extraordinary day, or an extraordinary thing or something really exciting. So I guess he's trying to like normalize it or something.
Yeah,
But-
normalize the norm.
Normalize the norm.
Normalize
But
it.
I'm just like, that he's setting up a tripod at everyone. Also, I'm like, you know what? Good for you. You're filling up the gas in the car. You took the dog out to walk. You're doing all this shit around the house. I'm also like, where's Mrs. Husband?
Yeah, where's Wub's life?
Yeah, where's Wub's life? Where's wife life? Like, what's going on, doggy? Like, you got the baby, you got the dog, but what's going on?
Did you watch Miss Rachel at the end of the video?
There's a Miss
There's a
Rachel.
Miss
cameo.
Rachel
That's the only woman in the Hub's life. It's like, it does not pass the Bechdel.
Yeah, Hub's life doesn't
Is
pass
his-
the Bechdel test, unfortunately.
Is his baby a girl? Does it pass? Like, what are the women given in this? I'm kidding.
But you know
No.
what? I appreciate that. Miss Wub's life, she's out. She's got her own shit
She's
to
like,
do.
don't involve me in your stupid fucking hobby.
Maybe it's a thing where it's like, while he's at work, she's with baby, and then he comes home and he's like, go take your go. No second shift for you, Wub's life. Go take your break. I got the dog. I got the baby.
But I'm like, if he was cooking, he would have. Like, he would have cooked on camera.
No, he's
so
not
I feel like
cooking.
she's cooking.
You know, I think maybe sometimes he cooks a little bit. So, okay. This is from a write-up about him by Alex Gonzalez in the Dallas Observer, and this came out in June 2023. It's hard to get a grasp on Hubbard's personality, given that he typically delivers his videos.
His name is Hubbard?
Oh, yes. Sorry. His name is Connor Hubbard.
I thought it was like husband life.
I think maybe it's a little bit of both, but yeah, his name is Connor Hubbard. I should have said that earlier. That's who Hub's life is. He lives in Dallas. He is a senior financial analyst at, I guess, Coke Industries.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do not take this as legal advice.
This is not legal advice. I'm just saying, in the video we just watched, the logo on the back of the door is for Coke Industries. So, okay, this is from this write-up in the Dallas Observer from June 2023. It's hard to get a grasp on Hubbard's personality, given that he typically delivers his videos in a deadpan, stone-faced manner. He also prefers to answer questions via email as opposed to meeting in person or chatting over Zoom. So he's also not an influencer of the sense that it's like he's giving you more of his personality. You know too much about him. Like, you're really just following him to work and back and doing things like how I get ready for work. He's never really like, he's not like a personality hire, I guess.
No. He's selling this aesthetic.
Yeah.
And it's a very weird and artificial aesthetic.
Yes.
Right?
I would say that, like, when I guess the first video, I was intrigued a little bit because everybody just idolizes the life of a content creator and makes everything look so exciting. And it's like, I guess the conversation, the discourse that was induced was like, is it okay to not want to strive for more, but just to be happy with what you have? to have the little white picket fence, because I feel like what happens now, and then you see it with women, right? Like with women, middle class creators or something, or even upper class, or even sometimes lower class. Like I think with lower class creators, sometimes they record their things as kind of like a self-produced and edited TLC reality show, and then the upscale, like the richest
people,
the aspiration people are like doing like cribs and showing like, look at how I reload and restock my fridge and all this stuff. So it was, I will say, like, and I think this is what the hook was. It was nice and refreshing to see someone to be like, hey, I'm happy to go to work and come home at the end of the day and hang out with my kid and walk my dog, and like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Now where this ends up or whatever, that's a whole different
case.
We'll
live in time right now where Hub's Life is just putting out these videos, and I think, you kind of just spoke to it, but basically, like, there are kind of two poles of response to Hub's Life. One is like the intended response, which is like, this makes me feel better about having a normie life with normal goals and just being like a regular person. At least that's his like stated intent with the videos. And then number two is this other feeling that I think we've already spoken to of like, there's something creepy about this. It feels like the Matrix. This guy it's giving depressed. I don't love this, like the life seems sad, honestly.
Seems sterile.
Sterile.
Like, where are the people?
Yeah, exactly. The office is always empty. Like, there's, again, like the slow, deliberate movements, the kind of sad music. Everyone's like, this gives me like the creeps a little bit. So he has the two poles, which I think combined together mean that his videos are showing up in all different types of people's feeds. People who are hate watching it, people who want to see it because they live a similar life. As of right now, he has 900,000 followers on TikTok. So
insane.
He's doing just fine. But in the Dallas Observer article, which is again from 2023, it said that he was at 145,000 at that time. So he's been like consistently growing and gaining followers. And it's always kind of hard to tell at what point the followers became based on the controversy we're about to talk about or what. Like, but he's at 900,000 now, and that's from 145,000 in 2023 when he like kind of first popped off.
Well, my thing, I feel like there's inflation, follower and view inflation.
Yes.
If you're skinny and white on any social media channel. Like if you're doing the most basic thing, but you happen to be skinny and white, and then on top of that, like some kind of attractive already, shit's gonna pop off for you.
Yeah, I mean, and
he's posting consistently.
He's posting consistently, and he also has, I think, again, it's that mix of like people who follow him earnestly, but also like a kind of rage baity element where people are like, "What's going on with you? Your videos are creepy." Like when you can
also people who like see the small inconsistencies in the video and they're like, wait a second, is something else going on here?
Yeah, like where are your coworkers? How are you filming all of these videos? Where is one?
Who's holding the camera?
There's one of my favorite genres. I used to watch this a lot. I don't watch anymore. Of TikToks is when a Chinese woman comes home from work. It's like Chinese woman comes home from work and she comes home and she has like 50,000 appliances in her apartment. She walks in, she puts her shoes in the sanitary thing. Then she makes rice. Then she does. But what I've noticed that they do is that, I mean, this is like a way to show like basically all the fucking Amazon or Temu or whatever type products and gadgets that one person has in their home. But like what I notice is that in every video, they'll do something where like she's scooping rice and then there's like a fake like little plastic spider in it. And then all the comments are like, oh my God, did anyone else see the spider? And it's like, that's a way to get fucking
engagement bait.
Engagement. So it's engagement bait in a really weird, or like, she'll be like, I'm going to throw out the trash and she'll just like throw it out the window. Or like, my mother-in-law's coming. And then the mother-in-law like has been taking 45 minutes to come from the parking lot to the house, things like that. I'm like, that's engagement bait.
Oh, and it's like, that is the worst kind of engagement bait. It is like it's like living in a fucking horror movie.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm watching this thing and everybody's pretending that it's normal, but she's literally throwing her food out the window. And like, am I like, why are you trying to gaslight me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but guess what? More comments.
Okay. So speaking of rage bait, engagement bait, etc., what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and I am going to show you a screenshot of Hub's Life's profile today. And I want you guys to read to me the title on the most recent video, which was actually posted 4 hours ago. So This is fresh to our recording. It won't be by the time this comes out, but this was posted 4 hours before we got on the mic, okay?
The caption is, "This is how I spent my last 2 days in Mallorca, Spain." Spain emoji.
So, he has sold out. Hub's Life is in Mallorca. I mean, he doesn't live there, but he's in Mallorca, Spain.
Doing what?
He's there for a wedding.
He is there for a wedding.
Yeah.
But he, in his previous videos, one of his things was, you don't have to be on a yacht. You don't have to be living all over the world. It's okay. So I feel like the fact that this is his most recent video shows you where our story is going to go. So how do we get from, you don't need to be living on a yacht, normalize the norm, to come with me for 2 days in Mallorca, Spain?
And I have to say that he is on a catamaran.
He is.
He's flipping off, he is doing a backflip off of a catamaran in Mallorca.
Yes.
That is the big thing. Because going to Mallorca by itself doesn't mean anything, but the catamaran, which,
Yes.
listen, she without sin. I've been on a catamaran in Mallorca.
Yeah, but you don't post content.
I'm not posting about my 9 to 5.
Yeah, come with me to on my 9 to 5. Your life doesn't need to be glamorous. And he also has this thing of social media might be making you feel bad, but you don't need to. This is a normal life. And then it's I spent 2 days in Mallorca and here I am flipping off of a boat.
Yeah, it's like a complete 180.
It is a complete 180. So, okay, Jeff, I'm going to have you read something else.
Okay.
This is the text overlay of a Hub's Life video titled "My Last Day at My 9 to 5" that was posted on February 11th, 2025 of this year. It's the same style as the videos we've watched. So dreamy music, the laptop in and out, really slow. But this is the video that kicked off what is known as the Hub's Life controversy. And so I'm going to send the text right now in the chat.
Okay. I remember this video.
Yes.
This was the video that started it all.
It started it all.
Right. Okay. Quote, "Yep, you read that right. Today marks the end of an era. I've been struggling for a while now. Imagine working a full-time job, filming that full-time job, editing and posting a video of that job every day for 700 plus signed days, and becoming a new dad. On top of that, it starts to wear on you. You start to show up less in all facets of life. You start going through the motions in everything you do. You start forgetting why you started this in the first place. So I've made a decision, period, based on what's best for myself, my family, and you guys. Today, I will be leaving my 9 to 5 to pursue a new kind of 9 to 5. And then there's this quote.
Yeah, this is a quote within the
quote. Okay, and the quote is, "A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it." No attribution.
No attribution at all.
Where did it come from?
I don't know if that's a quote from Hub's Life himself.
Well, you know what? We want to get funding, so let's just say it was from Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. That's from God. That's faith-based.
That's faith-based. He's from Dallas. It's believable.
It's faith-based. Okay. So, reactions to Hub's Life announcing that he is leaving his 9 to 5 to pursue becoming a full-time content creator.
Okay, just to set this up, okay?
Yes.
The whole time that he was on the rise, right? Everybody kept asking him, "Hey, Hub's.life, are you gonna like maybe quit your 9 to 5. Are you going to go do this content thing full time? You have so many followers. You could do Spawn or whatever. And he would always say, no, like my life, my mission is about normalizing the norm. We got to celebrate this normal thing. Also, plus my benefits are really great. I think he said that. And like, why would I allegedly,
allegedly,
and like, why would I quit this? Like, it's okay to like do that. It's okay to work a 9 to 5 and also be a full human and creative on the side. Like, that's totally normal. So he would keep saying this every time someone asked, right? And that's when this video landed. Like, after months and months of him saying, I would never quit my job.
Yes.
No, I'm always going to be the 9 to 5 guy. And
So
why
how
should
do
anyone
you
want
feel
to
about
quit?
that, Jeff? You have strong feelings. I want to hear how you feel about it. What do you think?
I think that, here's the thing. Like, the whole time, I think why he was so popular was that you couldn't quite tell if he was being serious or not. You know, like you couldn't quite tell if he was being cynical about this whole thing or not. Like, all the messaging was so earnest.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, the aesthetics were weird.
Yeah.
The
Like
there's
something we always talk about on the pod, like when something is a joke or what's satire, or what's this, or it's that.
Yeah.
It comes up all the time. And we talk about how like there needs to be a tell, like there needs to be something off. And these videos approach having a tell. Like there is something weird about them.
Should we talk about the timestamps?
Well, I'm going to push back on that and say that I don't want to assume this guy's political affiliations, but there is something about a lot, and this has been said in like a lot of media criticism, that a lot of right-wing media and like conservative media is like unabashed earnestness. There's no irony. There's no tongue in cheek. They're just really giving it to you, which is, again, one of the criticisms of Yellowstone, is that it's the most crazy, like fucking funny. Like the first scene is Kevin Costner, like lassoing a fucking horse and a truck flips over and all this shit. And there's not even one point where like he looks at, like in any other thing, whatever, it would be like a nod to the camera, it'd be like a funny moment. Like that is not happening in these. So to me, a guy who allegedly works at Koch Brothers, lives in Dallas, married, whatever, I'm like, he probably is so sincere about it. I guess for me, I feel kind of divided because on one end, we talk a lot about this because of, we've talked a lot about plus size influencers who go on Ozempic, make their whole brand. Like, to me, it's a similar thing. It's like they make their whole brand. Yeah. Like they make their whole brand like, I'm going to be a plus size influencer. I'm going to show you how to style clothes. I'm going to whatever. And then they get Ozempic and then they don't acknowledge anything about the weight change or whatever. And it's like the audience feels betrayed, but they feel, cause on one end, I'm like, yeah, probably like working a 9 to 5 is not good for new parents. You know what I mean? It's harder for new parents. It has all these downsides. I could understand if you could make a living doing something else. I know me and Elise we worked at a media company and one of our old coworkers like left to be an influencer because she's like, one deal that I made for one content post pays my whole salary for the year. So it's like on that, it's like makes sense. But on the other side, it's like you made your content and your brand is based off this pillar of being a normalized 9 to 5. Like people are going to be upset about it. And then I have more like nuanced opinions too, but I want to give space.
Yeah.
But I get both sides, you know?
I think what you're saying is the central irony of influencing, right? Because you have made this thing that's supposed to be authentic to yourself, your business. And so now how are we ever supposed to trust what is the business? What is you?
Totally. It kind of reminds me, honestly, of like the Vanderpump Rules problem, where it's like eventually, okay, are we really supposed to believe these people still work at the restaurant when they're super famous? You know, the original premise of Vanderpump Rules is that it's these hot 20-year-olds who are trying to make it and they all work at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. But a couple seasons in, we know for a fact that they're like pretty famous now and like don't need to work at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. But for many seasons, they continue like pretending that they are still servers at this restaurant. And it's very funny. A couple of thoughts I had is like, I don't think that the tell on his videos would be the earnestness. I think it's more like the weird, the slow, like pulling out of the laptop and putting back in, and
No,
like
he's
just
a
some
fucking
like
weirdo, yeah.
strange. There's like, I think it's more like the aesthetic weirdness that like sometimes pings for me.
And he's winking at you.
Sometimes, but
winking.
I also can sometimes not tell. I'm like, what is going on with you?
You don't think he just thinks that's cool, though?
I don't think he thinks it's cool. I don't think he's trying to be cool at all.
I think he's just like, oh, people are going to like this, or like, this is real.
I think that he might know that it comes off a little weird and that weirdness drives engagement, but I don't think he thinks it like necessarily looks cool in any way.
So two other thoughts to like add on to your thing was like, in Naomi Klein, I read in Doppelganger, Naomi Klein has this section about, and I think she talked about it in like one of her other books of like, how in the 90s, like making your own personal brand, like as a business person or whatever, was seen as corny or whatever. But now, like the language has shifted so much. It's again like that Gen X, like no one should sell out attitude, where now it's like everyone sells out.
There's
and if
no
you
even
don't sell
concept
out,
of selling out.
There's no even concept. It's so interesting. Like there's a Gen Z influencer who does politics that I kind of know. And like this girl is selling out. Like her whole thing is that she's an activist, whatever, but she's at every red carpet. She's at everything. And I'm just like, what are they, but like that concept doesn't clock right now. But also the problem with branding, this is what Naomi Klein said, and it makes me think too, was like for a brand, like they have strict brand guidelines that they can't step out of because people will start associating different things. But that's kind of antithetical to being a human. To be a human is to grow, to change, to adapt, to do more things. But then when you market yourself to have a brand like a business, that's where you get in trouble. And then also, so there's that part. But then the problem with Hub's life is that he never talked to camera and be like, this is my job. I love my job. I love my kid. I work a 9 to 5, whatever. This is what we're going through. So then like, if he had more of a front-facing camera personality-based influencer image, then he could make that switch of like, hey, so over time, me and my family talk through things. This is actually how we're going to do it now, so I can spend time at home. But it's just like, he wants that impersonal, like, removed thing, but he also, like, he wants it all and he can't have it.
So that kind of like brings me to the online response to this, which is like, people are pissed. Some people are legitimately pissed. Some people are jokingly pissed because they've been like, I always thought this guy was weird with his like slow computer bullshit or whatever. So other creators now, they're making videos about him. We're starting to get like Hub's life drama explained, the downfall of Hub's life. We need studies on the downfall of Hub's life. Those are like today, if you search his names, those are the top 3 TikTok results. So now like the TikTok machine is moving. People are saying, he pulled the ultimate bait and switch because he had been doing, as you said, Jeff, all these videos where he specifically says you don't need to quit your job. Don't let social media tell you to quit your 9 to 5, all of this stuff. Now he's quitting. It's one creator called him an intellectual fraud. People are pissed, right? And then also people start now digging deeper into like the logic of the videos. So Jeff, you mentioned the timestamps and stuff. Do you want to explain some of the questions that have arisen around the content itself now that people start like digging more into him?
Okay, so what happened was after, right, he did this pivot to social media, like he's still making videos, right? We should say that. Yeah. He's still making videos and there's still day in the life videos, but they're no longer, watch me go to work and work in an office. I think he tried that for a little bit. Now it's just unapologetically, hey, watch me come up with 5 ideas for this brand deal. And now watch me, use the cold plunge bath that I ordered and get into the cold plunge.
Mhm.
Like it's still in some way authentic to what he's literally doing with his body in his life.
Yeah.
But it's the same aesthetic. It's just now it's his influencer life, and he's just like very unapologetic about it. So I think that's also what people are responding to.
Yeah.
But like you said, people started to look, and they started in the same way that, like, you know, after there's like some kind of horrible crime, they're like, what in this person's like life are there tells?
Yeah.
Are there like, could we have foreseen that this you know? And so they were looking at these videos, and people were pointing out, you know, he posts these videos where he's like at work at 7 a.m. and he's talking about the hustle grind culture. By the way, there have been contradictions from the start with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, normalize the norm, a 9 to 5 is normal, all of that. But also at the same time, he's posting these same videos where he's saying, hustle culture, I'm up at 7, I'm at work, and like the grind is how you'll make it in life. So it's like, what is the message? The message seems very confused.
Yeah.
Right? So that makes you think maybe he's trying to play some kind of trick or game. And then people were noticing these timestamps. So what was happening, he would post these videos, right? 7 a.m., I'm in the office, I'm getting the coffee. And then his watch is very visible in the shot at 7 a.m. And his watch, and it's like, he backstory is he like spent some time trying to be a videographer, and so he like knows video. These are not, and just looking at his videos, right? These are not haphazard.
Yeah,
shot.
no, he's
They're
like
very
working hard on these.
Intentional.
Yeah, they're intentionally framed. And so when this guy is posting a video that's like 7 a.m., here's me grinding at work, and there's in full in frame is his wrist showing his watch, and his watch says 3:10.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? What's up? People were like,
yeah. So it's like, is that the little plastic spider in the
Yes,
rice, you know, where
the
it's
little
like
joke.
he wants you to like notice, and like it like has he been playing a game with us all along, a thinly veiled game? People also start being like kind of questioning how long he actually has like, did he actually leave the 9 to 5 a long time ago? And maybe he films this content in batches and has still been putting it up. They're like, basically, once he posts that he's leaving the 9 to 5, it's one of those things where it's like, well, now everything's called into question because you were on this beat saying like, you're never going to leave your 9 to 5, normalize the norm, all this stuff. And now that you've gone back on that, now we don't believe you about anything. And we don't know how long you've been gone from the 9 to 5. And then, to make matters even worse, Hub's life gets on live. And I'm going to say, I think we're seeing, you know, Millie and I, we've studied the internet for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
I think
PhDs in internet.
we have PhDs in the internet in a way.
Yeah, fuck your law degree.
We should come up with like a suffix that means that we're like internet experts, like Esquire or something like that.
Yeah.
GTG.
True posters. I think we're true posters.
We're true posters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elise Morales and Millie Tamara's TP. True posters.
True posters. There's only things that a true poster will do. Like, again, like Doja Cat being, I can't forget that she's the only pop star that's been a moderator.
A moderator of a Reddit. She's been a
moderator of a 4chan group. No, even a weird.
Oh,
more
I thought
fringe.
it was. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's not even Reddit. It's even it's the racial one where she was showing feet.
No.
Okay.
That's a Patreon
The white
episode,
supremacist
Jeff.
one?
Jeff, we don't have Jeff. We can't.
Jeff,
we can't.
you got to get on our Patreon.
You gotta get on our Patreon. We cannot get into it. Sorry,
she's been a mod.
It's too complicated for your logical lawyer, financial, economic, analytical brain. To understand that Doja Cat came of age on moderating on the internet with the creepiest.
She's our first mod pop star.
Mod pop star, and that's but that adds context.
It does.
People are missing.
But okay, what I wanted to put to us is that like, going live is really never going to help. Going live is a move that only ever inflames and escalates. But Hub's life starts going live during this controversy. And throughout the stream, he's complaining about financial issues, about paying bills. And he starts saying that he'll only answer viewer questions if they give him galaxies, which are like virtual gifts that creators can then withdraw as cash. So I have a tiny snippet of him on this live. This is like a clip of him on live asking for these galaxies.
Something, man. It's how I make it a living. I don't know if I saw a galaxy come through, man. I can't answer any of these. You gotta send me a galaxy, bro. Sam, thank you for the first gift. Roses on deck. I don't know. I think roses are like not a galaxy. I want to answer all these questions, but I really can't right now. Sam, where's the galaxy, bro? I'll answer like 10 questions if you send a galaxy.
So aesthetically, now he's like, for the listener, he's in like a purple room. He's wearing a cap. He's like in full TikTok live mode. It's like completely fucking different.
So from my understanding, TikTok live, they actually, the percentage of money that creators get is a higher percent on TikTok live. And like a rose, you know, and everyone gets like a free rose or something, but like you can buy more roses for like $5, but a galaxy is like a more expensive one. I think it's like $10 or something like that. And then from my understanding, I could be wrong, like creators see 70% or more of all the gifts that they get on versus like what he'll get in the creator fund.
Yeah.
Maybe he got like some backlash. Maybe people aren't engaging as much as they used to. So like that could explain the move. That's why people go. That's why the live is a lot more desperate.
Yes.
Because it's higher returns.
So you're saying we should go live right now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Please.
I'm saying that if you want more money, you definitely should go live, which is probably why we often see it in the stories that we talk about in a person's like darkest moments. It's like
they turn to the live.
Oh,
Please donate a galaxy. Save your NPR station.
No,
literally.
Yeah, I mean, NPR needs to get.
Honestly,
We need some galaxies.
Please send galaxies to NPR.
But also, like, I bet y'all get a lot of galaxies. But we're gonna like multiple times we have covered influencers who are on TikTok Live that get their ass beat on TikTok Live. Like, they're like, if anyone has a problem with me, pull up. And then people pull up.
And then
No.
and people will pull up. So that's the thing is like there are dangers on live. Okay, so he goes live, he says all this stuff. Then I guess, and I couldn't find like a clip of this, but I guess people are getting pissed and they're like, wait, I thought you just quit your 9-to-5 because you can be a full-time influencer. Like, why am I sending you galaxies? Why did you quit your 9-to-5 if you're having like financial difficulties?
Yeah.
And then he was like, actually, the galaxies are for victims of the Texas flooding. And everyone was like, fuck you, dude.
Okay.
Nobody buys that. Nobody thinks the galaxies are for that. So this then fuels even more controversy. Now we're having even more videos are being made about him. We're now getting YouTubes made breaking it down, like the one that we just watched. Like things are moving.
There's a whole industry, a whole content industry has sprung up around criticizing this guy.
Exactly.
Well, like us.
Yeah, and here we are
Like
as
us.
well. And
We
here
are no better.
We are also doing the same.
But we're
Send us
cool 'cause
galaxies. Please, everyone, send us galaxies.
Guys,
Don't
if
you
you're
think he's
listening,
winning?
Send us galaxies.
So that
Don't you think he's winning, right? Because he's getting us all to talk about him. He's getting us all to pay attention to him while he goes on vacation
while
to
he's
Mallorca.
in Mallorca. So that's kind of where I wanted to round things out. So this kind of all goes down in February. He keeps posting. One point that I saw people making in their videos that I think, Millie, you kind of already touched on, but is this idea of like, everyone starts being like the downfall of Hub's life. And like he thought that people loved him and not his content. And he didn't actually have a personality like that in front of the camera. He never prepared his audience for this evolution was another thought that I have. So there's this narrative of like, I even saw an article, I think on the Daily Dot, that was called like how Hub's life lost his 9-to-5 and his audience. That's like the narrative. But I will say where it stands now, we watched that video. It was posted 4 hours ago from Mallorca. It has 28,000 views in the 4 hours since it's been posted. He does still have 900,000 followers. His video views at this point are getting in the like 300,000 range, which I looked back and it's not that crazy far off from what he was getting before. He does have some insanely high performing videos that are getting like, one was at 4.6 million called Take a Paid Lunch Break with Me. His other paid lunch break video had 12 million. The ones that are coming out around the time of the controversy are maybe hitting 1 million, 2 million. But if you go back far enough, his time my morning routine as a 9-to-5 worker from last year had 173,000 videos. So it's kind of hard to gauge if he actually lost his audience. I will say that the comments on the video from 4 hours ago about Mallorca are largely negative. So I pulled.
A click is a click. A click is a click.
That's the thing.
And you know what? He's doing this is what's so interesting to me. He's doing the exact same thing. Like, he's still doing the slow laptop, putting it back in the bag move, except now he's in the airport going to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, that's the video, right? He's still doing these things almost like he's winking at the audience.
Yes.
And he's still doing the weird time discrepancy things. Like, I think there's a video recently, someone pointed out, he, according to his day in the life schedule, he was at Chipotle, getting a Chipotle at 10:30. And in the video, as he's walking in the door, it says Chipotle hours, 10:45 to whatever. And it's like, you are not at this Chipotle at 10:30.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, so now it's like, yeah, he got a ton of comments. I mean, again, that video was from 4 hours ago. It's got 77 comments already, 28,000 views. The comments are negative. It's people, I pulled a couple. It's like, bro was a trust fund baby before TikTok blew up, so this is nothing new. That's a whole other thing.
Is that true?
There are allegations of trust fund babiness. Once the conversation spins into super controversy, it's like everything's on the table. So people are like, he's at a trust fund the whole time. He never had a 9-to-5. You're the journalist among us, Jeff. So maybe you can chase these stories down.
Do your job.
Jeff, do your job.
Look into it. Is he a trust fund baby? I don't know. Another comment said, don't spend it all in one place, little bro. And it's just a picture of a galaxy, which I thought was funny.
That's really funny.
And then this one is kind of this third comment is just like a little intense, but he's like, this is from Nathan Klenman 5. What's it like being very rich while most people suffer? Please never claim to be normalizing the norm because you're not. You're the 1% and you're a leech. I'm like, oh, damn.
Okay, all right.
Whoa.
Guys, I'm going to have to give people a grip. I'm broke as fuck. Elise is less broke. We've both been to Mallorca. A catamaran trip in Mallorca you could get for $50 and it includes lunch. Guys, you're going to have to get a grip. Mallorca is actually not that expensive. So if you want to go to Mallorca, we
can see it for you.
Normalize Mallorca.
Normalize going to Mallorca.
There you go.
Go live. Mallorca. Get a couple galaxies. We could see you in Mallorca, friends.
You don't even need to go. You don't have to. You can have your dignity, save $2,000, and go to Mallorca for a week and have fun.
That's true.
So, like, you don't need to be hating on him either. Say this is like people are like, "You're so not funny," blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you can do stand-up too if you want to.
If you want.
Why don't you embarrass yourself in a basement like I did for 10 fucking years and then have some asshole comment saying that you're not funny?
Okay, so final thoughts about where Hub's Life stands, the Hub's Life controversy, before we move on to our final segment.
I mean, I have a question for Jeff, which is like, this is one of your things that you submitted that we loved. So it's like, what attracted you to this? Why is this fascinating for you? Is this symbolic? Especially someone who's like, your whole beat is the economy. Is there something like symbolic about how social media and American economy and stuff is like in this? I'm so curious.
Yeah, there are a couple
Or do you just
things.
find him hot?
Are you just in love with him?
Or would you smash Hub's life?
Are you Wub's life?
Are you Wub's life? Are you Wub's life? This is all a ploy for Hub's Life PR. We got.
I think that what was so interesting about this is how it got everybody to have a conversation about what it means to have a job and what like hustling means and uh, what is being a person in this economy, like how are you supposed to do that? And what I thought was so interesting about it is Millie, you brought up Fight Club. I remember watching Fight Club and being like, why are all of these Gen Xers so mad about having a job?
Office Space too.
Yeah.
Office Space is so
Yeah.
interesting to watch with
Yeah.
2025 language because it's
Yeah.
like this guy has to get hypnotized to go to his 9 to 5.
Yeah. And I'm like, you have a job. That's great. Like some of us graduated during the recession and there were no jobs.
Yeah.
There were 0 jobs.
Yeah, literally. Get me in a cubicle.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's my hot take. Gen X is soft. They had so many jobs that they were like, fuck these jobs. Why would I want a job that pays me and gives me benefits and feeds me and my children, allows me to have a roof over my head?
Yeah.
You know, screw that. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. Personally, like one of my creative goals or ideal projects, if I had like a bunch of money, is to remake Office Space in 2025 because I just remember, like, I remember seeing like it's so badass, like, and I get it, like no one really likes their job, like everyone, it fucking sucks, but also just to see him like. There's this really powerful moment in Office Space where he destroys his cubicle because it's oppressive. And then I just remember one time I used to work at a startup and there was something before called hot seating when it was a startup where it was like first come, first serve desks. So if you got there later, you would be sitting on the floor. Like at work, but you had to be in office. Like it would be moving desks. Like you never got the same place. It all came on who arrived to work first, and then whatever. So it's just like it's so funny to hear that people hated their cubicle because now I feel like people would love like a private space they can decorate and all that. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
And so you look at someone who's like normalized the norm and all of that, and to me, I'm like, what are you protesting against exactly? You know? And to me, there was always a sense watching these videos that he was maybe protesting too much, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why are you like so insistent on saying that everything's fine, guys? This job is so great. I love my life. I love the 9 to 5. You know, there's always something that was so kind of and so sad about it, and almost kind of like a cry for help.
Truly,
just the way
it's like, are you making the videos that you needed to see because you don't like this life, and you are wanting to be on a yacht, which God bless. Like there is maybe the sad tone of the videos was truly like coming from within.
Wow, there's an honesty.
Wow.
And look, my attitude is let the man go to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Let the man frolic on a yacht. Like, when did we become so
Catamaran and yacht is different. Catamaran and yacht is so different. A yacht that we got below deck stuff. A catamaran is 2 guys and one of them has an alcohol problem. And it's like, there's no beds on it. I'm just saying. We have to.
Millie is coming in from as a Floridian to say
as a
catamaran
Floridian,
is different than yacht.
A catamaran is just, we're doing something different.
I think it's time.
ABC Wednesday, Shifting Gears is back.
He has arisen.
Tim Allen and Kat Dennings return in television's #1 new comedy.
What?
With a star-studded premiere including Jenna Elfman, Nancy Travis, and
Hey, buddy.
a big home improvement reunion.
Welcome.
Oh, boy.
That guy's a tool.
Shifting Gears, season premiere Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
It's time. It's time. Listen, we have our final segment of the show, Grasshole of the Week, where we nominate one person who needs to log off and go touch grass more than anyone else. But this is a banked episode because yet again, like me and Elise need time off so desperately.
We need to be in Mallorca on a catamaran
or
or yacht.
Or a yacht.
We'll get on a yacht.
I'll get on a yacht. I'll take 900,000 followers. I'll do it.
Send us galaxies.
Yes, but Alicia's going on her women's journey to Japan, and I'll be doing something. So we're using our Grasshole of the week to induct a grasshole into our Grasshole Hall of Fame. We are inducting this person, and sometimes we pick someone where we say, "Go touch grass lovingly." Sometimes it's with hate. I feel like this person that I nominated is so chaotic and so deserving that I actually feel for this man. And as much as he's an asshole, I really do believe, I will say, this is not NPR. I am biased. It is my professional. I think that this guy's brain is damaged from so much social media. His brain is actually damaged, and we'll get to that in a second, but it is damaged from social media because he has been on social media for so long. And the person I am inducting today into the Grasshole Hall of Fame is Logan Paul.
Wow.
And I can't believe he hasn't been on because, again, our Grasshole Hall of Fame, Bethany Frankel, J.K. Rowling, Kanye West, Elon Musk, 50 Cent, if you know, you know. And we recently, or in the next few, we inducted Pearl, the anti-feminist dating influencer.
Yes.
And today we are adding Logan Paul. So.
Well-deserved. Well-deserved.
Well-deserved. Oh my gosh. So Logan Paul has had numerous controversies over his career. Well, you need to know, if you don't know who Logan Paul is, you are lucky. But he is from Ohio, and he actually went to college for engineering. I didn't know this, for industrial engineering. And he dropped out of college because he had a decent following on Vine, and he dropped out in 2014 to become an influencer and work full-time in social media. And he moved into an influencer apartment building in Los Angeles in 2014. Something that has come up is the idea of a nuisance influencer. And there are people, and specifically young men, who go in public to cause chaos, be a nuisance, be a public disturbance, and film it. Logan Paul is the blueprint for that. Logan Paul is a blueprint nuisance influencer, and none is more apparent than while filming a video for his Vine. And he told this story on Jimmy Kimmel years later, but while filming a video for his Vine channel in 2014, Logan Paul attempted a stunt during which he landed on a chair and damaged his right testicle.
Okay.
And the stunt involved his best friend, a dwarf named Evan, a Godzilla mask, and a shopping mall, and a table that was not as sturdy as Logan Paul had hoped for. So as a result of the stunt, Logan went on Jimmy Kimmel 3 years later and said that his testicles are, quote, damaged with, quote, 15% of it missing. He's missing 15% of his right testicle.
Okay.
Where did it go?
A chunk of it fell out during that stunt.
Well, as someone who used to watch a lot of Jackass, these things can happen.
These things can happen. He was trying to redo Jackass, and this is what happened. He's missing 15% of his right testicle. So in
Logan.
February,
Logan.
girl, we just started. Fucking buck up. In February 2014, he had 3.1 million followers on various social media platforms. By April 2014, he had over 100,000 Twitter followers, 361,000 Instagram followers, 31,000 likes on his Facebook page, and 150,000 subscribers to his YouTube channel. That's not impressive now, but we have to talk about follower inflation. That's another thing we talk about. How now everything is like 100,000 subscribers isn't that impressive in 2025, but in 2014 that meant so fucking much.
We'd certainly take 100,000 subscribers, though, just so everyone.
We'll take 100,000.
We would love to have 100,000 subscribers, But yeah, the meaning of 100,000 subscribers 10 years ago is different than
So,
now.
for example, there used to be Vine compilations, like Vine compilations of YouTube that would put together like the biggest Vines. A video of one of his Vine compilations got 4 million views in the first week, which is crazy to think about. He was ranked the 10th most influential figure on Vine. And he, again, in 2015, he was earning hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad revenue by Vine. And by October 2015, his videos had 300 million views, and his following, his followers, his fan group, he referred to them as the Low Gang, which is a portmanteau of Logan and gang.
Right.
By 2015, he was in a lot of TV shows. He was in Law & Order SVU, some TV, some movies, whatever. In 2016, he starred. YouTube Red made their own movies and series and stuff. He was the star of a lot of them. And there was this big movie that YouTube funded called The Thinning, and he played the lead opposite Peyton List.
So he's acting in this?
Acting as the lead in
his
a movie.
brother, right? His brother was on the Disney Channel.
I don't know.
Right?
Jake Paul?
One of them
Jake
was.
is the less famous one. Logan is the more famous one. And Logan is the one that had more kind of mainstream appeal, if I remember. I don't remember anything with Disney Channel.
Jake Paul was in the Disney Channel show Bizaardvark, where he played...
What year?
Sorry, where he played the character Dirk Man.
Nice.
Dirk was one of the main characters and starred in the fictional in-show series Dare Me Bro. He appeared on the show from its debut in 2016 and then left midway through the second season in 2017. And I do wonder if Dare Me Bro is a fictionalized version of his brother's own show.
Exactly. And like Logan Paul was, I didn't see anything about Logan on Disney.
No, I think it's just Jake.
It's just Jake, but it was a year after Logan started being on TV and movies. So I just have to shout out to Elise. In early 2016, Paul trained with drama coaches and the comedy troops, the Groundlings and Upright Citizens Brigade.
We got Paul!
We got Paul!
Well, Millie, you're a teacher at UCB. You could be teaching the next Logan Paul.
I definitely, certainly have and probably could. Okay, so we're heating up with controversies. In November 2017, Logan released a cover of, do you know that song by the Flowbots, No Handlebars? I could ride a bike with no handlebars. Yes, fuck you. You laugh, but you know what I'm talking about.
Now that I hear you sing it and your beautiful rendition of it, I know.
Fuck off.
I know.
I think that song was like specifically like activist and woke, and it was about like protesting and all this stuff. Logan released a cover of it, and it was criticized for its sexual objectification of women, including a scene in the music video where Paul rides several women like a bicycle.
Oh.
No.
The Flowbots lead singer lambasted Paul for both, quote, sexist lyrical content of the song and for unauthorized use of the sample, calling him the face of, quote, douchebag entitlement. The singer would Jamie Laurie, who is the singer from Flowbots, will later go on to release a track with lyrics deriding Paul titled Handle Your Bars. And then basically Paul didn't respond to that, but the Flowbots sued Paul and Paul had to delete the song from YouTube in 2019.
Okay.
So he's already getting into shit. So that was November 2017. December 2017, Logan goes on an infamous trip to Japan.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like before the thing that I know you guys are going to talk about happens, already the trip that he goes on, I feel like is the blueprint for white influencers to act a fool in Japan.
Yeah.
Because Logan Paul was recording himself climbing onto a forklift truck at the fish market, removing his clothes on a crowded street, like in, I think one of the most busy pedestrian intersections. He was taking off all his clothes. Then he proceeded to fight one of the people in his group. He started physically fighting him in Japan, which was crazy. And this was also like a kind of racist thing that he did, was like he would throw a giant Pokeball plush toy at like passing citizens of Japan, like kind of saying like they're little Pokemon and he needs to catch them. And one of the people he did that to was a police officer from the Tokyo Metro Police Department. So already this trip is going crazy. Then, of course, on December 31st, 2017, Paul uploaded a vlog to his YouTube channel depicting the recently deceased corpse of a man who hung himself in the Aokigahara at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. And this is known as the suicide forest. Like, this is where a lot of people go to die by suicide. So basically, Logan and his friends wanted to camp there overnight, like to be creepy and whatever, and funny. And while they were there, they discovered this guy who like actually died within the hour. And they took a video. It was initially intended to be part 3 of his Tokyo Adventure series. But again, in response to finding the corpse, they decided to call the police and cancel their plans. But they still uploaded it on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm like, but they still put up the video. I mean, I will say this is the first time I ever heard of him. Like, I remember this happening, and this is the first time I heard about him because people were like, what the fuck? This, like, douchebag from Vine filmed a dead body and posted it to YouTube.
And that video on YouTube within the first 24 hours, and we do have to consider, again, like and follow inflation, it got 6.3 million views within 24 hours of being uploaded. A lot of people were pissed about it. Celebrities, politicians. I would say that I don't know if it was a successful cancellation, like, because he's still around and like probably bigger and better like now. But I'm like, he did face a lot of backlash, right? There are several petitions posted to change.org urging YouTube to delete all of Paul's channels in light of the controversy. The biggest petition got over 720 signatures. As a result of the backlash, Logan Paul removed the video from his YouTube channel and then wrote an apology on January 1st. And that on Twitter, that didn't cut it. So he posted an apology video that has 63 million views today. And now we're going to watch the apology video.
Okay.
And we're going to watch the video and I'm going to hear what you guys think. And it's called So Sorry, period.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw. They were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. I want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to anyone who's seen the video. I want to apologize to anyone who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family. For my fans who are defending my actions, please don't. They do not deserve to be defended. The goal with my content is always to entertain, to push the boundaries, to be all-inclusive. In the world I live in, I share almost everything I do. The intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious. Like I said, I've made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm disappointed in myself. And I promise to be better. I will be better. Thank you.
All right, so let's hear reactions on the Tokyo trip, that apology, all of that. Jeff, I've never seen we just met, but your face is doing all kinds.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, what was that Winona Ryder Emmy nominated?
Yeah, where she's looking all over it.
So let's hear it.
Guys, so I remember the Hanging Forest stuff. I remember the Japan stuff. I've never seen that apology, and can I just say I was touched? Like,
Yeah.
I
Really?
genuinely believed him. And you were talking about sincerity earlier, right? Like, is Hub's life, are any of these influencers, how sincere are they really? I really think that he meant it. And it reminded me of you guys know what David Foster Wallace said about irony and sincerity. You know what I'm talking about?
No, we don't work at NPR. We actually don't know by heart what David Foster Wallace said about sincerity. You're going to have to tell the class. We don't have law school degrees. I'm sorry.
Okay, that was a cell phone. I admit that. No, but do you have to explain who he's a guy? He's an author who wore bandanas all the time, and he was coming out of all of these literary foremothers and forefathers who were all very ironic, right? And they were all like they did metafiction, they did all this like fancy stuff, and so his reaction to all of that and his message for the world for a time, at whether or not you believe it, he was sincere or not about it, was sincerity, and how important it was to like not that to be ironic all the time is not the freedom that you think it is, because it means that you can never fully attach to anything. It means you can never fully believe in anything. It means you at your core you don't have anything that is you. And so he was always an advocate for sincerity and earnestness and being awkward and being embarrassing about being all of these things, and like that kind of real genuine earnestness was a thing that he tried to promote and talk about. He talked about it all the time. And to me, it made me think about this video. I was thinking about that as I was watching this video, because you look at this, and I'm sorry, I guess I'm taking it in a serious, earnest place.
No, you're take it however you're taking it. Yeah, this is spicy.
I'm watching that video and I'm thinking, I could not believe it, right? I could look at that video and think, oh, is this what his PR person told him to say? Did he rehearse this? Because it sounds very real. Like, is he, like, what degree of acting is happening here? I could be thinking about all that stuff. Or I could choose to believe that he's being sincere. And
well, so Jeff got. Elise, so Jeff got played. Elise. No, well, to me, I believe the words, but the eyes were so scary. He did not blink once. He was trying to cry. It was like a lot for me.
Okay. His hair is. First, I had to.
The hair's crazy.
At first, I had to accept what his hair was as he presented it, which is just a swoop of epic proportions, like a
crazy
surfer swoop hair on a different level. Here's what I'll say. I think that he probably was feeling emotional because he was getting in a lot of trouble, and he's like 23, 24 max? I don't know. He's young.
He's 30 now, and it's 2017. So I don't know the math, but he's probably young. Early 20s.
Yeah, he's a young guy, whatever. The thing that I don't buy and that I can't buy really from him is this idea of like, we didn't know what we were getting into. And it's like, well, you went to a place with a reputation for something very specific and dark. You found that. You filmed that. You posted that. So you went there with the purpose of doing the thing that you did. I get maybe feeling remorse for it now and being like, shit, we never should have done that. That was a stupid idea. But there was like an element of the video that's like, we just were taken by surprise and we didn't know. And it's like, well, how could you have not, like, you went there to find what you found?
Well, I feel like there was a moment in the original video, if I remember, where they were kind of like giggling, like there was some nervous laughing happening that people were like, you fucking planned this, like you guys are mean and stuff. And I guess that's what he's like, those reactions were raw and real, which like whatever. But yeah, like I think he, and that's again speaks to someone's ignorance of like, you don't know the culture or the country that you're going into. Not aware that Japan has a really serious issue with high suicide rates. and it's not a fucking joke. And he probably thought it was like like a fake like thing, but it's like, no, this is real. Like there used to be those shows on MTV where people would like sleep over a haunted house or something. I feel like he thought he was
that's
doing
what
that.
he thought he was doing, was like going.
And then he found it.
Yeah.
So you're defending him, is what I'm hearing.
So we all
got
him.
to.
We all
love him. Okay, so now that we all established that we all love Logan Paul, let's keep going because, you know, we're going to round this out into just some more quick things that he did. So it was so bad, YouTube had to issue a statement saying that, you know, we've been listening. So that video was posted on January 2nd. January 9th, I just never seen a platform that had to, like, so much negative backlash. I've never seen, like, Twitter apologize to its fans or whatever.
For someone else's post, too.
For someone else's post. So YouTube said, it's taken us a long time to respond, but we've been listening to everybody, to everything you've been saying. We know that the actions of one creator can affect the entire community, so we'll have more to share soon. We're taking steps to ensure a video like this is never circulated again. So January 15th, he goes back to America. He said that, you know, he said to CMZ, like, you know, everyone deserves second chances. I really fucked up. He donates $1 million to suicide prevention agencies.
Okay.
Which a quarter of which is going to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. He hired this guy, Mike Maldlack, a former marketing manager at the furniture company Lovesign, to quote, make sure no bad things happen and to work with Logan to improve his reputation. He did actually, after this, he did log off. And I want you guys to quickly guess, how long do you think Logan Paul took away from online after this huge controversy that, again, subsequently got him banned and all this stuff? It's fucked up a lot of his movie deals.
12 months.
Jeff, you say he went quiet for a year. Elise, what's your guess?
3 months?
Guys, he took a 3-week long hiatus from daily vlogs.
Okay.
No.
So, again, in those 3 weeks, you know, he came back on February 4th. February 12th, the CEO of YouTube said, basically, YouTube has a 3-strike policy. Logan Paul didn't hit the 3 strikes, so he's not going to be banned from YouTube, which everyone was calling for him to be banned. Fuck YouTube, whatever. But,
yeah.
I mean,
when University of Delaware had a 3-strike policy, which had to be, like, they had to get rid of it because it didn't work. But when I first got there, they were, like, actively trying to not be seen as a party school anymore. So they did this 3-strike thing. But different actions were worth a different amount of strikes. And I do feel like filming a dead body should be posting it should at least be a 2-strike violation. Because at UD, getting in the fountain was 3 strikes. You're not to get in the fountain. One of my friends got a strike for pirating music. And then you would get the big issue was like you would get 2 strikes if you got like alcohol poisoning. So then people weren't like calling ambulances because they didn't want to get strikes and get kicked out. 3 strikes were gone. But either way, the point is, like, I think with a 3-strike policy, like, some things should be worth more than 1 strike.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube sucks. So, okay. After this, you'd think he'd chill, but he didn't. So I'm just going to go through some really quickly lightning round of some controversies. We're going to wrap it up with where he is today, and then we're going to wrap up the show.
Okay.
But, okay. February 9th, YouTube suspended all advertising on Logan Paul's channels due to his, quote, pattern of behavior, including, these are new. This has nothing to do with the Suicide Forest. After the Suicide Forest, he takes a break, and then he makes a joke tweeting about the Tide Pod challenge. He removes a fish from his pond to, quote, jokingly give it CPR. He tasered 2 dead rats.
What?
And again, his revenue was temporarily halted, and then that's when he switched to Twitch. Then a few weeks later, YouTube restored ads, but he was placed on a 90-day probation period during which his content couldn't appear on the YouTube's trending tab. So YouTube's like, we're not going to remove it, but we're not going to make him trending. On November 20th, on November 20th, 2018, the first episode of Logan Paul's podcast comes out. Can you guys guess the name?
I do know what it's called. So
okay, Jeff, do you know the name? Can you guess?
I have no idea.
It's a pun on his name.
Apologize.
Impulsive. Okay. So on Impulsive, Paul joked about, quote, going gay for a month, drawing widespread criticism for implying that being gay is a choice. GLAAD responded. Then in March of 2019, Paul released a mockumentary exploring flat earth theory, interviewing flat earthers, and speaking at a flat earth conference in Denver.
Okay.
So then in December 2020, Paul was sued by Plainless Pictures over the Suicide Forest video because the company said that scandal ruined their $3 million movie deal with him. That they basically lost on movies because no one wants to fuck with him from that.
Yeah.
So he got sued. 2021, he was on the Masked Singer as Grandpa Monster. That was just funny to me. September 2021, Paul launched CryptoZoo, an NFT-based game, which was mocked for using stock images and poorly received. A lot of people lost money on them. YouTuber, I told you my personal love, my other favorite half-Cuban content creator, CoffeeZilla, released a docuseries exposing CryptoZoo's lack of functionality, marketing towards children, and pre-launch crypto purchases by the team, which, again, Paul disputed the claims, threatened legal action. Basically, then Paul apologized, gave $1 million to refund for CryptoZoo holders. He also was criticizing because his former pet pig was found abandoned in poor condition.
No, not his pet pig.
Paul said that he responsibly rehomed her in 2021 when he moved to Puerto Rico for tax reasons.
Right.
The Paul brothers live in Puerto Rico for tax reasons. The most woke guys ever live in Puerto Rico. In 2023, he faced a class action lawsuit from CryptoZoo investors. Then in 2024, he said, anyone who lost money from CryptoZoo, if you want to get refund, I will refund you, but you have to sign something not to sue me. And if you didn't sign that thing, he did a counterclaim towards those people. He filed a defamation lawsuit against CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla said it was retaliation because CoffeeZilla exposed them on a new crypto fraud. Then, this is crazy. In August 2024, during Hurricane Ernesto, so basically, BBC wanted to interview Logan Paul in Puerto Rico about his crypto controversies. And Logan Paul was like, yes, I will only do it if you come to Puerto Rico. There was a hurricane, but BBC went anyway. And Logan Paul sent a doppelganger, like a lookalike, as him.
Wait, what?
Yes, and not him. And basically, they appeared at the gym. When the BBC reporter was there, like all the gym goers harassed the BBC reporter. And Paul's lawyer said, if you publish what happened with the lookalike, we're going to sue you. And then in 2024, famously, former president and NPR sugar daddy Donald Trump appeared on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast for a 45-minute interview. And that's where he really endorsed it and all this stuff. And this is all the things that have happened. It's broad strokes, whatever. But I want to leave you with this because I want you guys to react to this. But also, this is where I think that his brain is irreparably damaged. He got married this was recorded in August. He got married last week in Lake Como in Italy to his fiancée, a Danish model named Nina Agdal. And I think it's important. Logan Paul says in an interview in 2019 that because he played so much football in high school, he has brain damage. And a doctor said that his ability to feel empathy for people and all of that has been damaged. Logan Paul said that.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's the combination of maybe CTE from high school football and all his stunts, and I feel like the combination of that plus him being on social media for so long that resulted in this.
People are saying Logan Paul's wedding was super awkward. Watch. Okay, so if you somehow haven't heard the news by now, Logan Paul just got married in Italy to Nina, and everybody who watched the wedding on social media, who saw clips about it, are saying that it looked like it was their first time dancing together, and it looked very awkward at the whole event. But that's not all, because sadly, nobody wanted to help Logan Paul fix his bow tie. It looked off during the whole time, and Jake Paul looked like he just woke up, even though he smashed a mic in his face during the speech. But that doesn't even come close to the worst of Jake Paul punching the cake for some odd known reason. Nobody really knows why. But the whole internet is beyond shocked, because they're saying it's like forcing two Sim characters to get married even though they don't want to. It's that type of vibe that people are getting out of this wedding. But by far the most awkward part of this is when they tried to dance and they were doing their first dance. But honestly, good for Logan Paul and congratulations on his wedding. I'm very happy for him, but everybody's been saying this wedding was off and the vibes were just not it. Now, I don't know what everybody thinks, but please comment your opinion. I respond to all comments.
Well, so him and his brother beat the wedding cake. Like, beat the shit out of the wedding cake.
Everything else, I was like, you know what? Whatever. People can be awkward dancers. Maybe two awkward dancers fell in love. I don't understand beating up the wedding cake.
But that's what I'm like.
Because he's boxing. I do know this. Because he's a boxer, right? Like his brother's
Jake
kid?
is a boxer. Logan is a wrestler, which is a great move for him. We can't even go into his wrestling career. Because, great move for a Republican narcissist to be a wrestler.
Is he a Republican?
He interviewed Donald Trump.
He loves Donald Trump. He endorsed Donald Trump. Yes. Donald Trump he's a huge Republican.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Wow, Jeff.
He loves Donald
All of
Trump.
those, like, basically any, like, male influencer most of them are, like, YouTuber, they're all for Trump.
Unless they're, like, very vocally not. If they usually are, like, apolitical, you can almost always be like, okay, actually, they love Donald Trump. If the ones that don't are, like, forward with that information.
He was part of Trump's election, like, press thing. So Trump went on Rogan, Theo Von, Impulsive, Flagrant, all of these, like, shitty, like, right-wing podcast bros. The manosphere.
I think he went to the inauguration, too. Didn't Logan Paul go?
Theo Von went. Joe Rogan went. I think the Paul brothers did go to the inauguration, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Logan Paul
they were there.
Was at the inauguration.
I did not know any of this, because what I was going to say is, after hearing you talk about all of the wild crap this guy has done, is cancel culture even real?
No.
Because
not if you're white. Not if you're a white man.
Where's the cancellation? He's not. He has a career. He's thriving. He's getting married in Lake Como. Like, he seems to be doing great.
Yeah.
Despite the whole suicide forest
but you know
body
what?
thing.
You know what? Now that he's been inducted into the Grasshole Hall of Fame, maybe the cancellation will come. Maybe this is the beginning of true justice.
I mean, for me, I'm like, okay, you're a wrestler, all that stuff, get offline. Stop being online. I feel like online makes it so you can't have a real wedding. Like, okay, whatever, he's an awkward dancer. Like, he pushed his wife away when she kissed him. There is not even, like, an embrace. He barely, like, I'm just like, he can't connect with people. I don't know. Babe, get offline. Yeah. It fucked up your brain. It fucked up your sense of self. And I say with that, we're going to round this out by saying, Logan Paul, for the crime of everything.
Of every crime.
Of everything. For every crime. For being online. For losing 15% of your right nut and not taking that as a sign to log off and continuing to cause chaos amongst the world. Mm-hmm. Logan Paul, we at Go Touch Grass must induct you. You are now in the Go Touch Grass Hall of Fame. Logan Paul, Go Touch Grass.
Wow.
And with that's our episode. Jeff.
You were amazing.
You were fucking
the
amazing.
First virtual guest and the best. No one could ever do it the way you did it,
No
Jeff.
one could ever top it.
I had so much fun. Please
You're gonna be
don't cancel me.
Listen,
thinking about
why are you scared of cancellation? obviously, if you get canceled, you'll have a beautiful wedding in Lake Como. Like,
yeah, all you have to do is just pivot to nuisance influencing, and you can do anything
we believe
that
in
you
Jeff.
want, Jeff.
But Jeff, before you get canceled, where can people find you? What are your social handles? Where can they listen to you? What's going on?
Oh my God. I work at NPR. Go to npr.org/Planet Money. Just Google Planet Money.
Yeah.
We do stuff about the economy, all kinds of stuff. We do the tariff explainer and what's going on stuff, but we also do, I recently did an episode where I bought a diamond. Wait, do you guys want to see a real diamond?
Oh my God, yes.
Because there's a lot, because there's like lab-made diamonds, and diamonds are actually going down in value. That's so cool. I want to see
bought a diamond. Wait. Actually, I'm going to bring it. Give me 1 second. If you have 1 second, I'm going to show you the diamond.
I do want to see the diamond.
It's the Planet Money diamond. Hang on.
The Planet Money diamond.
Okay, we're getting eyes on the Planet Money diamond.
We're getting eyes on the Planet Money diamond.
Okay. This is
wow, that's huge.
Diamond.
Oh my God.
This is a legitimate diamond. I think
we see it.
Like,
wow.
It's a 1 carat. Okay, it's 1 carat engagement ring quality.
Wow.
Okay, it's like it's big. I got it off Alibaba. This is like, the big brother of AliExpress.
Wow.
Guess how much I paid for it?
For the diamond?
$30.
And it's a real diamond?
It's a real diamond. And I took it. I took it to the Gemological Institute of America. This is all for an episode of Planet Money. So this is all a giant ad for it, Planet Money, basically. But yes, I took it to the Gemological Institute of America with like the top diamond scientists in the world, and they tested it in all kinds of crazy machines. 100% real, 100% really, really high quality.
From Alibaba. That's
from
crazy.
Alibaba.
I'm shook. How much was it? Tell us.
$137.
Oh my
God!
Wow.
No, diamonds are having like they're cheap right now.
And these are the type of scoops you guys can get on Planet Money. It's a great podcast. Everyone should listen to it, learn, just like you listen and learn to us. And as a reminder, you can find us at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything. You can find me at Pandalise on Instagram and Elise Navidad on TikTok.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamaras on Instagram and Millie_Tamaras on TikTok and Millie Tamaras on Twitter. And until next time, Go Touch Grass! Go Touch Grass is created and hosted by Elise Morales and Millie Tamaras.
Recording and sound production by My Friend's Basement Studio. And our theme song is by Doug Wydick.